Hi everyone, welcome back to WN Movie Talk, where we deep dive into the best movies you need to see. Today this is the last video in our horror month collection, so it's only fitting that we blend the chills with some laughs. In this episode we are counting down 10 comedy horror films that you may have missed. These flicks bring the gore and the giggles, making them perfect for anyone who likes their horror with a side of humour. So let's dive right into these hidden gems. Number 1 is Cooties from 2014. Have you ever looked at a playground full of kids and thought, you know, I wouldn't stand a chance if they went feral? Well, Cooties brings that nightmare to life in this hilarious and gory zombie comedy. A virus spreads through a batch of tainted chicken nuggets. But here's the kicker, it only affects children, so naturally the teachers are left to fend off an army of ravenous pint-sized zombies. Elijah Wood plays the awkward substitute teacher thrown into the chaos, while Ryan Wilson is the gym teacher who is way too eager to smash some zombie heads. The blend of classroom humour and zombie mayhem is what makes Cooties such a blast. Watching a group of teachers who are barely holding it together on a normal day attempt to survive this zombie apocalypse is both ridiculous and yet strangely relatable. If you've ever wanted to see an elementary school turn into a battleground, then this is your movie. The only rule, don't eat the nuggets. Next is Black Sheep from 2006, a movie that takes the phrase herd mentality to a terrifying level. Black Sheep is a gloriously ridiculous horror comedy from New Zealand where genetically engineered sheep turn into vicious, flesh-hungry monsters. Yes, you heard that right, killer sheep. After a mad scientist's experiment goes wrong, these fluffy little creatures will start tearing through the peaceful countryside, leaving a trail of blood and wool in their wake. The film is as over the top as it sounds, with some surprisingly gnarly special effects and plenty of sheep-related puns. You've got people turning into mutant sheep-human hybrids, a hero with a traumatic childhood sheep-related incident, and some of the funniest gore scenes you'll ever see. It's pure Kiwi madness, and after watching it you'll definitely think twice the next time you see a sheep staring you down. Next up is Murder Party from 2007. Imagine being so lonely that you actually show up to a Halloween party after finding a random invitation on the street. That's exactly what happens to mild-mannered Chris in Murder Party. Unfortunately for him, he winds up at the hands of a group of deranged wannabe artists whose definition of festivities involves turning him into their next masterpiece by literally murdering him as part of a live art installation. This absurd twist transforms the party from weird to weirder as Chris realises his new friends are more interested in blood than small talk. With a delicious mix of cringeworthy humour and surprising suspense, Murder Party is a hidden gem that pokes fun at the pretentious side of the art world while developing laugh-out-loud moments and gore. You'll find yourself both rooting for Chris and shaking your head at his predicament, all the while enjoying the ridiculous personalities of his kidnappers. The film is as low budget as it is high energy, using clever practical effects and sharp wit to keep the viewers entertained. If you're into dark comedies that explore the intersection of horror, outright absurdity, Murder Party will be an unforgettable addition to your horror comedy list. I Survived a Zombie Holocaust from 2014 is next. Ever wondered what it's like to work on a low-budget zombie horror movie? Well, it's even worse when actual zombies show up. I Survived a Zombie Holocaust follows Wesley, a painfully awkward intern who lands a job on a zombie flick, only to find himself battling real zombies when an outbreak occurs on set. Think of it as a behind-the-scenes look at the making of a horror film, except with way more blood, guts and panicking actors. This New Zealand film is packed with meta humour, poking fun at both zombie tropes and the chaos of low-budget filmmaking. Wesley's journey from bumbling intern to unlikely hero is both hilarious and oddly inspiring. The movie doesn't skimp on the gore either, with plenty of splatter and absurd deaths to keep horror fans happy. It's like Shaun of the Dead had a baby with The Office and then zombies crashed the party. If you're enjoying this list so far, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe and tap the notification bell so you don't miss any more of our movie recommendations. We've got loads more content coming your way and we don't want you to miss out on any of it. Deathgasm from 2015. If you've ever thought, you know what horror needs? More heavy metal, then Deathgasm is the movie for you. Another New Zealand splatterfest. This one follows a group of teenage metalheads who accidentally summon an ancient demon after playing a piece of cursed sheet music. What follows is an over-the-top barrage of blood, chainsaws and demonic possessions, all set to a head-banging metal soundtrack. Deathgasm is a love letter to both horror and metal, blending gory practical effects with laugh-out-loud moments. It's like The Evil Dead with a metal twist. Demons getting decapitated to the sound of shredding guitars, blood spraying in rhythm to the beat. If you're a fan of gory slapstick and love a good guitar solo, then this one is for you. Just make sure to have some earplugs ready. Fido from 2006 is next on the list, a delightful zombie comedy set in a retro-futuristic 1950s world where zombies have been domesticated and serve as pets and household helpers. In this peculiar society, families hire zombies to do the chores, and for young Timmy Robinson, his zombie, affectionately named Fido, becomes his best friend. Think Lassie but with a decaying, flesh-eating twist. But things take a dark turn when Fido's collar malfunctions, causing him to revert to his zombie instincts and snack on a neighbour. Fido is an hilarious and satirical take on suburban life, mixing 50s aesthetics with zombie mayhem. It's equal parts charming and grotesque as it cleverly pokes fun at societal norms while delivering plenty of undead laughs. And really, who wouldn't want a zombie butler? Just make sure to keep that collar in check. Grabbers from 2012 is next. In Grabbers, the age-old question is finally answered. What if you could survive an alien invasion by getting drunk? Set on a small Irish island, this horror comedy features some tentacled blood-sucking aliens who can't handle alcohol. So naturally the locals decided their best defence is to get completely hammered. It's like The Thing on a pub crawl, and it is just as fun as it sounds. The film balances creature feature thrills with plenty of laugh out loud moments, especially as the drunken villagers stumble their way through alien attacks. The charming Irish setting combined with ridiculous premise makes for an utterly enjoyable experience. Just be sure to have a pint ready when you watch. It's practically a requirement. Housebound 2014 is next. And what's worse than being on house arrest? Being on house arrest in a haunted house. Housebound is another Kiwi horror comedy that delivers plenty of laughs alongside its spooky thrills. After getting caught trying to rob an ATM, Kylie is sent to live with her mother in her childhood home, where she quickly realises that something isn't quite right. From creaky floorboards to things that go bump in the night, Kylie finds herself dealing with more than just her overbearing mum. Housebound is a clever mix of haunted house horror and dry humour, with plenty of twists to keep things interesting. The film is both scary and funny, with a surprising amount of heart, making it one of the best modern horror comedies you may have missed. Think of it as The Sixth Sense if The Sixth Sense had a wicked sense of humour and a Kiwi accent. Have you seen any of these movies, or have you got any of your own recommendations? And drop us a comment below. We'd love to hear your choices. Our penultimate film is Chastity Bites from 2013. High school can be tough, but it's even tougher when there's a centuries-old vampire posing as an abstinence advocate who's out for blood. Chastity Bites introduces us to Leah, a snarky, independent-minded teen who suspects something's up when the prim and proper abstinence counsellor starts targeting her peers, especially the popular girls, through her new purity campaign. Turns out the counsellor is actually an infamous vampire with a very unconventional anti-aging regimen. This indie horror comedy blends satirical social commentary with plenty of camp, delivering a unique twist on both the high school drama and vampire lore, with sharp wit, over-the-top characters and a plot that refuses to take itself seriously. Chastity Bites brings a fresh bite to the genre. Perfect for fans of horror comedy with a satirical edge. It's one of those hidden gems that makes you laugh as much as it makes you think. Just be prepared to question every PTA meeting that you ever